It's time for the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are in a city that sure had its share of memorable playoff games in the past. Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Oakland Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
Let's go, let's go! Set, 50, plant. 56. Tackle. Slam. Look, squeeze. Hit it.
They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second and 4 at the 31-yard line.
The last run got 6, now second and 4.
Man, I got you. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Gone. Switch. Check 24.
5. On second down, Samuels. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Come on, set. 91. 50. You must be dreaming. Hatchet. Protein spill. Get it.
A quick throw into the hands of Switzer. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Ready up. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. We go. Check. Fresno. Hey, Sam off. Alert flare.
First carry for James Conner. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Let's go. 70, Indy. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Watch twist. Recon, 132 fighter. 3, Mike. Hey, I'm coming. 53.
Rudolph on third down. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it. Watch twist. Watch twist. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. Going top shelf for Smith. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal.
25, check 25, check 25. Jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Look at me. Door. Shoot.
They'll run here with Connor. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
You think you're going to get this? You think you're going to get this? Check 52. Sponge. Hard. Watch out. There. Check go.
Again, it'll be Connor. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Let's get there. He's coming. Double up.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Check 31. Ready.
Now it's Rudolph. Setting up the screen. This is Samuels. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 17-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
It's just me and you. It's just me. It's first. 55. Check 55. Mike. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 2nd down.
At the 18-yard line.
Hey, down. Check. 180. 180. We're good. 180.
Carr brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Down. 185. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Crunch time, defense. Check the backer, check the backer. Watch the end.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got a man. It's Williams. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. On 1st down, Carr going deep for Eifert, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr completing it here to Marvin Jones. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
54. Mike 54. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Again, it's Carr. It got his man complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Carl come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. There on the tackle, Minka Fitzpatrick.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Down. 180. Hey, we're good. 280.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Steelers' 21-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Steelers 3, Raiders 0.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Bend it. Hey, 734. 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55.
Now they'll throw with Carr. He'll get this to Eckler. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. Here's Carr to throw. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the three's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the three is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right.
And he coughed it up. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
The extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Leo!
They start with a give to counter, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Second and 12 at the 21-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
That's what I do. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Switch.
Rudolph just does beat the play clock. Being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
Here we go. Right there. 54. Right there. 54. Hey, orbit. Topper. 54. Get it.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Taking it about the 16. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Mike, 55. Right there, 55. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Carr. Looking downfield for Jones. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Shotgun now for Carr. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. 3rd down here.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
55, Mike, Delta. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Mike.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. The kick by Carlson is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25. Yard line. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6.
Watch 30. Tight end left, tight end left. Snap.
Rudolph now to throw. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
14 yards. That's good for a Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready. 50, plant. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Safe. Blue draw Corkers.
On first down, it's Rudolph. And that's complete to Luke Wilson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Hey, alert 3. X3. 218, chop it. Hey, lock it. Check. Rock it. Check hot route.
On the counter, it's Connor. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. They go jet sweep. Washington with it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Bound to lose one. Check 9. Hey, Check 24. Score, score. Check, 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 check. Ready, ready.
They'll look to run with Connor, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Go now. 8, read. I got you, son. I got you. Go, go. You're all right. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. You're trapped, you're trapped. Let's go.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Carr going to throw. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
From the gun, Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off. just as we saw there.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Carr now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Carr going to try and throw on third down. It's caught. Jones. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that first down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Slant. Shoot. Pick the edge. Right Monday, down. Shoot. Pilot, 64, weak. Switch it. Come on, he's right. Check 15.
Draw play, it's Eckler. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Carr, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, Carr, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That's taken on the 25. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jake Ryan, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Watch the run. Watch the run. 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Down. 10 Lobo. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins. Bravo. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there. Now.
Third and long. It's Rudolph. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the... And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with a game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
At the 18-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check 13. Check 13.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 31-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Counter play with Jacobs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Tight up. Kill. Jumper.
Operating from the gun. Carr. He completes it to Jones. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Check 26.
Here's Carr. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Complete to Jones. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now, 185. Here we go, D. Single. 16. Watch 6 rings, Burley travel. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Yo, Chief.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Let's get this.
From the gun, Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Smooth. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Come on. Jim.
Rudolph looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Here's Rudolph. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at about the 14. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Here we go. Slam. Right away. Mike's 54. for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Whip, whip. Later, two. Watch the whip.
Now Carr. Got his man. It's Eifert. 7 yards there and a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Carr now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Now! 180! Hey, we're good, we're good! 180! Later, 9! 55! Watch the run, watch the run!
Hey! High 7!
Check 55 to Mike! Check 55!
Operating from the gun. Carr going deep for Eifert. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go!
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Mike. Now, 185, 55. Yo. Yo, hands up.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. Go.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Carlson on for the PAT. And that one could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
Raiders 26, Steelers 10. Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And thee coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Ready for this, man. Hey, exit.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Ready?
Here's Rudolph. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Let's go.
Now it's Rudolph. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Go. Hey.
Back to the air, Rudolph. Washington's got it. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35.
It's a gain of 23 yards. That's another Steelers first down.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Switch gears.
On 1st down, it's Samuels. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
4 yards. That's another Steelers first down.
Hey, foxtrot. Get it.
On 1st down, Rudolph. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown as his guys are able to pull a bit closer.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2.
This certainly feels like they were wanting to go for 2, but weren't really sure they should go for 2. Do we, don't we, do we, don't we? And guess what ends up happening?
5-yard penalty.
That's right. Now you probably line up and kick the extra point.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I'm going to come back to you. Let's go. 50.
Hey, seam 6. Clean grip.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. A very pivotal two-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 26-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jacobs. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. The Raiders on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
He's checking, he's training one.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. 4 down, 4 down.
Here comes a first down throw from Rudolph. Open man is Switzer complete. 23 yards, the final tally.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Pull it high.
I got you. I got you. Mark 50, Mark 50, Mark 50. I got one.
Now Rudolph on first down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Solomon Thomas in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Rudolph. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And it's third down. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
The Steelers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Alpha. Shoot.
Rudolph now to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at about the 31. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Johnson, the intended target.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Hey, watch the slant.
On first down, it's Jacobs. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
2nd and 12 at the 47-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll set them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Oakland. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Pittsburgh, 54. Mike, 54. All day.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee.
Let's go.
Everyone gears up for third down, talks about the importance of it. But fourth down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on fourth down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Say go.
And they take a knee. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
On the ready.
56 is the mic. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship. And now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.